All right, let's see what Virgo. Let's
Okay,
see
so Virgo.
Virgo.
So for Virgo, Saturn is in your seventh house of what's traditionally the house of marriage or relationships. So, you could find your dream lover, your spiritual soulmate. You're going to suddenly be yearning for that. You're going to be suddenly believing in things that are not real or tangible. So it may drive your intellect out of your mind in a way, but it's a good thing for you to kind of lose your grip on having to meticulously control and be so OCD. I think there's a sense of letting go. That's Pisces, like letting go and allowing, and it's kind of like dealing with any addictions, workaholism, or again ADD. With all respect to people with mental issues, this is the time where you would go to rehab. You would seek out support from the community, from your partners, or get them to go to rehab because you don't want to keep being the martyr anymore and doing all the work and making excuses for them. So it can be a really beautiful thing. You could be also, really falling in love, but you also have to be careful where you put your money because it's debt. Pisces is debt. So, and Virgos like to save money, but it can also be again a projection of daddy issues, which may or may not be real, or seeking someone who's going to take care of you. Also, be careful not to fall in love with false gurus. This is Pisces, false gurus, hero worship, that people may disappoint you. And also watch your health, because Pisces rules viruses. And I don't want to get into any of the COVIDs of any kind of viruses. Your immune system is quite exposed because you're like totally open, which can be a good thing, but it's like you really do have to watch your health. And Virgos are kind of the sign of health, and they tend to have health issues, especially with their upper digestion. But this would be if you want to change your diet and realize you are what you eat. I mean, Virgos are usually pretty good with this, but more alternative medicine, spiritual healing, like non-traditional ways of healing, because Virgo is earth, so working with herbs and stuff like this, but brings in vibrational healing or Bach flower remedies or things that are on a much higher level, tuning forks, again, past life energy, all of that stuff to heal your issues. Thank you.
I think Virgo's been carrying a heavy heart for some time.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of it has to do with them not following their dreams and living in a content situation or a safe situation.
Mm-hmm.
And that this is the year that has already stirred them into making some changes, into making some altercations. They want to, they even want to shake it up. They want to shake it up. So they are considering which way to do it. So I do think that where they are at and will be at the next month and a half will likely be who's going to get hurt if they do this. They're going to be in that thought pattern. They're going to be stuck thinking, if I make a change and I do what's right for me, who am I going to hurt? I don't want to do that. How am I going to not do that? So that's going to be a thought. So anybody, so as long as, let's just put it this way, if the Virgo's been sitting in their spot for a really long time, they're the ones I'm talking to right now. Okay.
Okay.
Because they don't want to hurt anybody, but
Right.
they also know they're hurting themselves. So it's time for them to make that change, and they know it, but they know that their change, their movement will upset the cart.
Right.
So this is a bit of a concern for them. And I do see you seeking out counsel, wise ones, wisdom keepers, this type of thing, in order to help you. That's also your card,
Right.
Virgo.
Right.
That's also your card. So this, you could be your own guidance too. If you're listening to your spirit guides, you could be your own source of information if you're listening carefully. you
Mm-hmm.
know I think though that you do have a tendency of nasty talking to yourself, and I'd like to say that that's kind of abusive. So I do see the King of Swords in reverse. It tells me that there's sharp words coming out of the magician's mouth. Ah, and that's towards yourself. If you want
Right.
to make a change and you want to step off and have some new opportunities, you're going to have to be quiet and
Mm-hmm.
stop talking shit to yourself. Use the expression, but stop it.
Well, I would say also I want to add to that, like Saturn and Pisces is about really learning to listen to your spirit guides, your higher
Mhm,
self, and not the lower self, which is always
mhm,
self-critical,
mhm.
and really learning to balance. And I got the card of the lovers. So yeah, so Saturn in your seventh house is definitely about the lovers, but you can't seek your beloved outside of yourself until you have the inner marriage, till you bring together your complementary opposite sides of the animus,
Mhm.
which is the feminine, the soul, and the um, anima, which is, sorry, the reverse, the anima, the soul, and the animus, which acts on her behalf. So finding that balance within inside of yourself, and it's about choices. The Lovers is Gemini. Gemini rules Virgo and uh, Gemini as well. So, you have to work with both sides and
You
make
mean
sure you're
Mercury? You
balanced.
mean
Sorry,
Mercury?
Mercury, sorry.
Mercury. Yeah.
Mercury rules Gemini, Virgo. Thank you.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
you have to have that balance of, Virgo is very much, it's earthy, but it's also very intellectual. And you want to get the intuitive. That's what Saturn and Pisces is going to activate,
Mhm.
the intuitive side. So you find balance.
I'm also being told to tell Virgo not to step too far in the past,
Mm,
and to let go of any ideas about rekindling old love affairs.
okay.
They're old for a reason, and that just would turn everything wrong again. Now, if you are interested in someone from the past, how about using that vibration maybe to call in someone else, maybe a little more upgraded, a little more improved,
Mm,
maybe similar. Maybe if that person was a hippie artist, find a hippie artist that's, making money, for instance, right? That type of thing. I think that would be helpful to the Virgo to, really be thinking about not adding any more burden to their situation.
yeah.
So don't jump ship for someone who doesn't even have a ship.
Right. And Saturn and Pisces, speaking of the ship on the water, is also about, being the martyr, and you don't want to do that.
Yeah,
If you're hardworking, you got
yeah,
your nose to the grindstone person. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. Put
Don't
the
give them your
yeah,
money. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, and it says, to put the energy out there, put more action to situations, and most definitely, don't even engage in something that says no to you. If it speaks a no, even if it's only a squeaky little quiet one in the back room, just walk on by. Something better's coming.
Right.
Yeah.